every time, you all. I just had 5 deer run out in front of me as I was going live. I was like, dang on, I wish I'd have been live so you all could see that. But yeah. But day late and a dollar short. But welcome to episode 166, Riding with Tim. Starting not to come on today. Let me show you all what I'm looking at here. Yeah, I started not to come on today, but I'm glad I did. Just wanted to share this with you guys. I was watching Trapping Tuesday last night, and for those of you who do not know what Trapping Tuesday is, it is a episodic show that comes on YouTube, hosted by the Wall Street Trapper. And if you don't know this guy, get to know his story. It's pretty intense, pretty decent, man. Pretty inspirational. Okay, so anyway, he deals with stocks, trading, options, stuff like that. He just shows people what he does, and his portfolio speaks for itself. All right. So anyway, I can tell you this, that I am a witness to this guy's skill. See, I've been following this guy for about 2 years now, 2.5 years, and when I started investing in Wall Street or stock market, I had a couple of companies that I did on my own. Didn't know what the hell I was doing, guys. And then I started watching him, and he started giving us tips on companies. Excuse me. I ain't gonna say he gave us tips. He was telling us what company he was investing in. I started investing in those companies and started watching them pretty regularly. And I was in front of the TV on Tuesday afternoon, or I was on my phone leaving from work watching him, and I invested in at least 15 different companies that he started investing in. And you guys, he is about 90% accurate on these companies. All the companies that I've invested in per his not his instruction, but watching him, like I said, 90% of them have given me a return. The ones that haven't given me a return, I've sold off, but that's very few. Very few. And I've talked to a financial advisor about my portfolio, and when they took a look at it, they pretty much I ain't gonna say amazed, but like those are pretty good holdings. So check him out if you're interested in learning how to invest. He also does some advanced courses. Of course, those are premium courses. You got to pay for those. But Trapping Tuesday and his YouTube channel and his Instagram account has a lot of nuggets, guys. I mean, a lot of good information. So you know, I would check him out if you're interested in starting to invest, especially if you're young. But anyway, I was watching him last night, and he had a lot of good information, and he was talking about the AI space and how these companies are capitalizing on just the word AI, just saying the word AI in their earnings call. In their earnings call, has made their price go up on the market. Okay, but he said sooner or later that's going to stop, because they're going to have to prove that AI can generate revenue. And once Wall Street asks that question, what kind of revenue is it generating, and these companies start saying they're not ready yet, that's when their prices are going to fall. All right, so what I've learned about options, and this is just me, this is not Trapper talking, this is just me, is there are calls and there are puts. Calls are when you place a contract on a company, and you say, okay, it's going to increase, the purchase price is going to increase by this much. All right, and you give it a time period, and if it does, then you earn some money off of that contract. Puts are you saying that this company is going to lose money by a certain amount by a certain time. Now, Trapper doesn't do puts, but I got a friend of mine. He has also made some money in the market doing options, and he does like the put arena. He does like placing contracts on companies that's going to lose money, or if he sees that they're going to lose money. You make money when they lose money. That doesn't make sense to me, but it's true. It is true. All right, but I do suggest that you get yourself familiar with how this goes, how it operates, before you just start trying to dibble and dabble. One thing I can tell you guys that has been I ain't gonna say I'll say a lifesaver. It's a life-saving saver. Is you do not invest any money you cannot afford to lose. That's the number one rule that I go by. I do not invest any money that I can't afford to lose. All right, and what that means is I'm not going to invest my light bill. I'm not going to invest my rent or my mortgage. That means if I got a extra $5, I'll invest it. And that's another thing about the market that I was ignorant about, was I didn't know you could buy partial shares. I thought you had to buy whole shares, and I'm like, oh, well, that one's out of my price range. That's $100. I ain't gonna buy one share of that. No, you could buy partial shares. You could buy $5 of $100 share and get a partial share. So that was a game changer for me. Once I started learning more about the market and started learning how it operated, then I realized that is a good vehicle to put my money into for savings. All right, you'll find out about what is your safest options to invest in. How do I get aggressive? Some people like to be aggressive. They like gambling a little bit. Options is a way to get aggressive. Me, I'm kind of stay on the safer side. I want to see a 2 or 3, 4, 5% return every year. Right now, I'm chasing my tail because in the beginning, I was not a good investor and I lost some money. I ain't gonna say I lost some money. Well, yeah, I lost some money. I did. I lost some money. So now I'm trying to recoup that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to recoup that. And I'm gaining ground. I mean, at one time, people, I was down over a grand. Now, for me, that's a lot of money. Thank you for the like. I have gained about 700 of that back. All right, so I've gained 70% of that back just by researching and listening. That's something that we all need to learn how to do better. And that's listen. Hello. We need to learn how to listen, man. It's like I was telling you the other day, me and I was on live yesterday. Wayland Enterprises is live. And I was telling you guys that you have to put experts in areas that you are weak. And that goes for your business, your spiritual, your personal life. All right, you got to put people in areas where you're weak. And I had a conversation with Jacob yesterday, my maintenance guy, and you know, we're trying to get a plan together to, on lack of a better term, a plan of attack on this house that we're about to purchase. And I needed some concrete numbers. I also needed a concrete plan, at least the start of one. And he's getting on that. But he brought some things to my attention, and I didn't see it, and now I do. And, you know, we're just, you got to have that. I'm doing okay. How are you? You got to have that camaraderie. You know, when you say you're a partner, you got to be a partner. You got to know where is the weaknesses. And I'm speaking to myself. So if I'm gonna call myself being a partner, I got to be willing to step up and take on responsibilities that the people around me are not good at. Where they're weak, I have to be strong. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Hello. Yeah, but the stock market is an interesting, very interesting, and for me, not a lot of people agree, but for me, it's an exciting tool to make money or to lose it. I mean, there's that chance too. So I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I've already done told you a little bit about my portfolio. All right, my personal portfolio. So. But another thing that Trapper mentioned was group economics. And my son was watching it with me. And he was like, what does that mean? And that is a great that's a great word. Group economics. Group economics to me means people getting together and pulling their resources to grow their wealth. That's beautiful. I mean, can you imagine? My mom grew up in a family of 10 kids, 2 adults, or 2 parents, of course. If all 12 of them got together and they pooled their resources and they started buying businesses. And I have some uncles that have pooled their resources and they bought some properties, okay? So, but just imagine if all of them were able and financially literate enough to pull all their resources. As a matter of fact, I have right at almost 20 cousins. Imagine all of us getting together and pulling our resources and buying businesses. Now I got kids and a wife. Imagine us being able to leverage the amount of people we have to be successful as far as business wise. Group economics. That is a beautiful, beautiful word. Now, we have started a group of investors. And we are learning to grow. We're trying to get ourselves together. We're trying to get established, and we're trying to create passive income. All right. So I've talked enough. If you are not new to this channel, you know where we're at. If you're new to this show, we're at the end of the road. This is time for me to say goodbye. And remember, if everybody serves, everybody gets served, okay? If everybody serves, everybody gets served. You all have a blessed day. I love you guys, and I hope that you'll come back and sit with me tomorrow, same time. All right. God bless you.